Fine.
Hello everyone,
That's
good
good.
evening. God bless you and thanks for joining me on my channel. I am Valerio Benson broadcasting from Cameroon. Uh, I want to talk on, sorry, I want to talk briefly on the Kringle economic because a lot of persons have been asking me what the Kringle economy is going to look like. Yeah, and it's like most people are not sure of what they are watching on YouTube. They are not sure of the information Google is feeding them every day, and especially the newcomers into the system, they have been, expressing some worries as to what the Kringle economy is going to look like. Yeah, I don't blame anyone. It is obvious that since the economy is not yet fully developed, everyone can express a worry. We all are still waiting to see this wonderful economy that is full of abundance. Now, the Kringle economy is not going to reflect, you know, any other economy that you know. Whether you live in the United States, you live in Mexico, you live in Cameroon, Nigeria, in Russia, any part of the world that you find yourself, the gospel truth is that the Kringle economy is not going to reflect any other ordinary economy that you know. Because first, I call every other world economy ordinary economy because there is no economy in the world that is not being affected or determined by the forces, the interaction of the forces of demand and supply. Yes, and all that is being caused by the elites. The elite determine every currency that is in the world. Whether you are in the United States, whether you are in South Africa, whether no matter how hard and develop the economy that you are might be, it is being determined by a minority of the world population. But the Kringle economy is that economy where first the elite has nothing to do with it. We don't have any elite influence. The world system does not influence the Kringle economy. It is economy that is fully developed by a small, let me say, a community of persons like me and you who have come together to see how we can, fully support the vision of the admin of TBC, who remains anonymous. By this, I mean he is not known, and it is important for the economy. It is important for the system of TBC. So the economy is going to be characterized by abundance. It's going to be characterized by, friendship. It's going to be that kind of economy where you have more than enough and you are willing to share with your brothers. You are willing to share with other person. You are willing to bring development. You are willing to create. It's going to be a kind of, I used to visualize it to be a kind of entrepreneurial economy whereby the vast majority of persons that have already subscribed into the system, even those that are still to come, which are bent to work very hard and become, of course, billionaires, millionaires, if not billionaires, will be better placed to set up companies, set up, workplaces, and recruit quite a good number of persons across the globe. Now, that is the nature, that is just the first look, the picture that I can project. That is just a summary of how I visualize the Kringle economy. Because if you start judging from the value of the coin as of now, you realize that, we are working towards something very hard. We are working towards something that is going to, beat the world, beat the elites, because they are just there. We call them parasites. They have amassed and they are not willing to share. Are you now seeing? That is why I call the world system an ordinary world. It is ordinary, and that is why you see most people when they step up into government, they equally amass, keep for themselves, and they are not willing to share. But now this is not the kind of economy we are looking forward to build. The economy, if you follow the objective of TBC, it tells you that is to eradicate poverty from the entire humanity, and secondly, to save humanity, to save one another with love and respect. Are you seeing? How do you tell me you save another person with love and respect when you are not willing to share with that person? It's not possible. But that is the world that we have today. A lot of persons do not like, those who have are not ready to surrender even a percentage of their wealth, and it's making the world not a better place but a bad place for mankind, for human existence. So the criminal economy, we are looking forward to build that kind of economy where, those of you that will pick up the challenge, those of you that will take up that bold step to sign up to TBC, to sign up to the billion coin. Of course, you are going to be part of the abundance economy. You are going to for once, live in abundance, live the God kind of life that God created from the onset. I always like to use this adage, to make people understand their original position of creation. Yes, in my previous broadcast, I tried to elaborate on this. I don't think God was stupid to first of all create everything in the garden, created trees, created birds, the fruits in the garden, just everything. Make even animals today that are against people, friendly man, before he created human being. Why? Because he saw the need for man to live in abundance. He saw the need for man to live without stress. He saw the need for man to live, a quiet and a stress-free life. I don't think God saw, God visualized a situation of, artificial scarcity before creating man. He didn't want man to complain. He first of all created everything. That is what the Bible says. That he created everything before man came. Before he created man, the last thing that he created was man. But today, why is it that man is living in lack and want? Why is it that for you to drink even water that God has created in abundance, you have to stress? You have to buy water that has been made in abundance. You need to buy. There are some people that go without water. That is the way we live today. Talk less of food. There are people that live 000. That is nothing in the morning, nothing in the afternoon, nothing in the evening. There are some people that only struggle to live in 001. That is nothing in the morning, nothing in the afternoon, and just under hard struggle, something in the evening. This is not the kind of economy that the ACME is visualizing and is fighting to see that, living man and woman like me to put our head together to build. This is not the kind of economy. Instead, the ACME has, taken into consideration all what is happening into the world, and he knows that this is not the right way to serve humanity, and he has designed this system, and he has come up, with this system for living man and woman to follow, so that for once you two can be able to attest that, I used to be this, but now I am this, thanks to TBC. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm equally looking forward to get your comments. Let me know how you feel about, the system of TBC. You that are still aspiring to subscribe, please, I have come on air today to appeal to you. It's important you subscribe. It's important. Even if you are doubting, it is better you get subscribed, and you begin, as you are in the system, be asking your question, and of course they will get you clarified. There are leaders around your area. As you watch many broadcasts as possible, as you always consult the blog, it's all this your doubts that you express every day will be cleared. Most of the answers that you post, they will be cleared. TBC is not a scam. It is not one of those systems that people consider in the world that they come today, go tomorrow. TBC doesn't fluctuate. There is no up and down in TBC. They can stagnate and only climb. It goes higher and does not drop. That is why we say it is not one of those currencies in the world. It is not to be compared to any world system, because though we live in some countries, we are just like private school within a country. Now there are schools that are owned by the government, and there are schools that are owned by the private sector. Now, in the private sector, a school that is open, that is owned by the private sector, most of their rules and regulations are not determined by the government. Yes, unlike most companies that are operating within a particular country, most of their rules and regulations, so long as they are private companies, their rules and regulations most often are not determined by the country. Yeah, but not like they are there to disobey the laws of the country. They have the extent to which they trade with countries, but their internal rules and regulations and a lot of things governing them as a private society are all designed by themselves. So that is equally TBC for you. Everything that governs TBC is designed by the TBC community itself, from the value of the coin and every other thing that you can imagine. By you signing in, you add to the value of our coin. So even if you are alone in your own little corner, don't say, but I'm only me alone. What can I do to a vast system like this one? You have a part to play. As you sign in where you are, and another person signs in his own place, you can just be like 5,000 of you thinking the same, and you think that you cannot create any impact. Just imagine 5,000 of you at the same time take that decision to sign in at once. One, you help to increase the value of our coin, and that is a community. You help to expand our community. With you, we are equally counting on your contribution. As you come in, we know that you are certainly going to spread the system as well, because we are looking forward, for persons that will come in and equally play, this part of letting other people. Don't forget, I told us earlier that we serve each other with love and respect. So when you come there, one of those things that you embrace in the system is love and respect. The respect and the love that was extended to you before you registered in TBC is the same thing that we are expecting, that when you come in, don't be selfish. If you embrace the system, you see how advantageous, how wonderful it is, the opportunities that are available to you in the system. All you need to do is, why don't you just grant another person that chance by trying to explain to the person what it takes to be a TBCian. That's just it. We don't give you products to sell. No. We don't tell you give us money, we'll double it within 3 hours. No. We just want you to live in abundance. We don't want something that you sign in today, they give you some change, you go and consume, and in 2 days time you are still broke. That is not the kind of people we are fighting to build. We are looking forward to set up, a people that have more than enough for themselves. We are looking forward to have that community that has what it takes to live here on earth. We are looking forward to have that community that respects the plan of God for mankind. We are looking forward to have that community that is willing to unite people again in this world. We are looking forward to have that kind of community that is willing to bring development, to see the physically challenged and see them as brothers, not going for selfish purpose to assist them, like what we are seeing in the world system today. Most big people, when you see them, coming in to assist, is either they are filing in for one big position in the country or another. That is when most people come in. That is when they go down to the masses to like do one or two things, not because they are doing it for any genuine purpose. Like with CBC, we are trying to see how we can put our heads together to build this solid economy, this powerful economy that will, will indeed bring some satisfaction to most of the people that will subscribe to the system. In front of my, I have a friend who usually say, "You don't wait for that time to come that your children will be asking you, Papa, Mama, when these other people, when this your friend, when this your sister, when this other person, when this your colleague, was amassing this coin, this TBC coin, where were you?" And all you could tell your children was that they told me this thing, but I wasn't too sure, so I did not sign up. Please don't wait for that time. Don't wait for that time. The admin is still distributing as many coins as possible. You still have the chance to secure some coins from the admin's wallet. Please do yourself a favor, do your family a favor, do your children a favor. This is a golden opportunity for you. TBC is all about having fun. From when I joined TBC, I've been so relaxed. I'm in my room, I'm catching fun with my friend. It's equally a TBCan. This is Mr. Lenya. Of course, you would like to meet him. Mr. Lenya, say hi to TBC.
Good evening. Good evening to everyone. It's a pleasure to have you on. It's a pleasure for me to be on. TBC, like we say in Cameroon, it's more than gold. Indeed, TBC is more than gold, especially for those who have experience in it. Remember, they say once you're not in the system, you can never understand what the system is all about. That's why we always implore people to come in to get to understand what TBC is all about, because TBC is not just about amassing the wealth. Well, amassing the wealth is one of the things, but there are a lot more that TBC has to offer. I always say that it enhances your intellect in that it makes you to understand not only what money is, but how money operates. I come across so many of my friends whom to whom I talked about TBC, and then they kind of say, okay, they need the cash. And then I ask them some few questions on what they think money is, and how much do they know about the money that they use. So many of them seem not to understand even the concept of money. First of all, money is that medium of exchange that's acceptable for goods and services. That medium that can be exchanged for good and service. So it doesn't really need to be the paper that we all know, the banknotes. Remember, money has had a very long history. It started from trade by barter, whereby goods had to be exchanged for other goods, and then it went to using precious earthly resources like cowries and ivory. Later on, went to coins, and when they realized that coins, the cumbersome nature of coins posed a lot of problems. Although we still use coins today, they thought of means to enhance that flowers and notes were created. It didn't really end there. It didn't end there. Digital money came into play, because today people use their credit cards, they go into supermarkets, they do their shopping online without even touching the money physically. So these are so many aspects that we as Africans don't understand about money. If you go to an average African right now and talk about credit card, you will be dumbfounded. Of course, we are not really very versed in the system. That's the reason why when I talk about TBC today, people find it so difficult to believe how it operates. However, we are open to suggestions, we are open to making people understand. And once you get involved into the TBC setup, not only are you going to use the TBC, you are also going to understand how digital money works. Okay, so TBC enhances, it broadens your horizon as far as exchange is concerned, because it's just not then. I mean, TBC goes about like my friend, my partner just said a while ago. It expands across philanthropy activities, because so far we've been able to not only bring people into the society, into the community by words. We've been able to visit orphanages, help one another. We've been able to do so many things. I mean, we visited orphanages here in Douala, and other countries have been doing well. In Africa, I must concede that TBC has done so well, so well, so well, because we've been doing so much. And I'm so glad for them. I mean, because they've been putting tools in place to make sure that TBC spreads, the message widens. People get to understand, not only in itself, but in its entirety. The Amin has made it such that TBC can be preached in India, can be preached in Bangladesh, in Mongolia, in China, everywhere, irrespective of where you find yourself. Whether it's Southern America, is it North America, is it Africa, Europe? All of those countries know about TBC. Now, the greatest problem we have right now, which I don't really think is a problem that's going to last for long, is the problem of skepticism. And of course, people have the right to be skeptical about it. But then we are always here, and that's why we open this channel so that people could subscribe and ask as many questions as possible. and we make them to understand that we are always ready. We are always here to give them the necessary answers. We know this system. We know how TBC operates. We are very optimistic. Remember, TBC is not a hype. TBC is not a Ponzi scheme. TBC is not a scam. This is going on 3 years today. If TBC was one of those kind of Ponzi schemes that have been there, that have been rocking the place, that have been, you know, chopping people's money, and people come and they develop some platforms online, and people invest, others invest in it, and then in 2 3 months time they vanish with people's money. It's not like that. This is going on 3 years today. And the reason why TBC has not been generally accepted is because sometimes people need to come in. I mean, our turnover is not has not been satisfactory, although we are putting everything in place, but we are very satisfied. We are very optimistic that in come 2 years from now, 1 year, 2 years from now, we are going to, start understanding, we are going to start feeling the impact of TBC. What we want is just for it to be accepted. What's leaving you? What's in between? What's keeping you and I from TBC is the registration, which will cost you literally very little, if not nothing, because when compared to the gift that you are going to benefit from as a result of having gotten involved into the community, you'll be so overwhelmed. So please, fellas, you just need to come in. This happened with Bitcoin some years ago. When Bitcoin was launched, people expressed a lot of criticisms. Oh, sorry. Yeah, exactly. Criticism, skepticism, and stuff like that. People give a damn about it, and those who had a foresight about Bitcoin procured so much, got so much, invested, bought it, and kept it. You see, but people started understanding what TBC, what Bitcoin could do potentially only when it was already scarce in the market. Then they rushed in for it. Today, Bitcoin is that piece of gold that nobody can leave. Someone prefers to give you cash than to give you Bitcoin. And that's exactly the path towards which we, the TBCians, are going. For those who miss those opportunities about Bitcoin, you have the chance to catch up with TBC. You have the chance to catch up with TBC, and the opportunities that are given here in TBC are far much more than that of Bitcoin. Bitcoin never gave an avenue for education, but with TBC, we get to teach people, we get to train people. We not only tell people about TBC, but we tell people about the digital economy and income money as a whole, bringing it from its roots, that is from the trade by barter system, to where we find ourselves today. So you just need to think about it, fellas, and hop in. There is no joke about TBC. I used to say I have so many friends, so many relatives who express a lot of criticisms when it comes to TBC. When I talk to them about TBC and they don't know what it did, well, what's going to happen in the near future, what I am very certain about that it's going to happen is that tomorrow is going to be that I didn't tell them I'm wicked. But of course, people don't give in the time to get to understand what this is all about. All you need to do is give in your time and say, okay, I want to understand TBC. And once you give in that time, you are going to be so amazed by the result you're going to get. So you don't really have time. The Amin has been so kind to us, but there is going to be a time whereby these philanthropic gestures are no longer going to be. You are going to have to spend as much more as you want to buy. It is not going to be free. Look at Bitcoin, for instance. Before, you could have a Bitcoin for a cent, but today Bitcoin has risen to thousands of dollars for one. In other words, what used to be some few cents some years ago, say 6 or 7 years ago, is now thousands of dollars to procure that one. So you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you'll be kind of a beggar. Yes, and that's why some people who don't really have so much to earn a Bitcoin, what they do is they go and they invest their money in platforms that promise them a lot of profit. Like the anyway, let me not call anybody's platform here, but people know what I'm talking about. The hypes, of course. People go and they put their money in that platform, and in months' time, their money is chopped. People deceive them and they run away with their money and they leave, and then they start criticizing Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not the problem. The problem is where you invested your money. Bitcoin is a currency just like you have US dollars. And then the platforms like Bitwell, sorry, I'm calling somebody's platform, but of course I could. They are like banks. A bank could come and say, okay, promise you profits and stuff like that. Okay, come and put your money here, put $1,000 here. In 3 months' time, you make $1,100 and stuff like that. You put your money in there, and then tomorrow you don't see the bank. You start blaming yourself. The US dollar that you put in there would not be the problem. The problem would be the bank. So Bitcoin has no problem whatsoever. The problem is where you invested your Bitcoin into. And those schemes are going to come up with TBC when TBC would have become scarce. Those of us, some of us who have procured are going to be on top. But there are some people with dark minds who want to extort even from those who don't have anything. They'll come up with these schemes and they promise you a lot of advantages, profits, and so on. Once you fall for this, once you fall for their lobby, you are gone. You are gone, and you'll be left saying TBC is bad. TBC will not be a bad currency. The bad currency is it will be you. The person to blame will be you because you failed to procure TBC while you still could and decided to wait until TBC became so scarce, so expensive that you only needed to put the few that you've procured into some other person's platform, the person who has been promising you so much. So you don't want to be like this. You don't want to be like this. I have so many videos. We have so many videos that we've collaborated together, calling on to everybody to come in. Once you come in, even when you don't understand anything, you are still going to know a lot more. So it just depends on to you. We are not forcing everybody, but we advise everybody to hop in because the end result is going to be so amazing. It might only take time. That's the only disadvantage. But as long as you show patience, patience they say is virtue. Once you are patient enough and then you follow the rules and the regulations that their mean has put in place and trust on their mean, the sky will be your limit once we arrive, once we hit the peak. So I must hand it back to my friend, Mr. Benson, and it was a privilege to have me. I'm thankful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You heard my friend. He's a friend, a brother, and a partner in TBC. I told us earlier that TBC in Cameroon is fun. When you subscribe to TBC, come on, you see the way we are relaxed in our room, and it's fun. We are having time. We are having some quiet time there, and we choose to share it with you. That's why we decided to come online to encourage you. Don't be tense, relax. Just get subscribed to the system and relax. Let's get going. All you need to do is when you come to TBC, practice some calmness. Have a calm spirit. Don't be like, you just want to catch things. When you are tense, it's obvious you miss so many things. You've heard from my friend, people who are rushing are those people who always land themselves into too much errors. Then when you are calm in your spirit and you take things gradually, you try to follow a system that has been introduced to you, follow the people that are there. You see the way we are doing it here, there is too much love. I met him in the system and we've been flowing like that. Of course, somebody has been telling you, there is somebody just right there beside you that has been telling you about TBC, and it's like you are not considering it. Please start considering it. It's going to help you. It's going to help you. The system is just extending, it's a treasure that they are handing to you that for now you might not see it. But I will encourage you, subscribe to TBC. There is no point regretting. There is nothing to regret. Get subscribed. For those of you who have come, somebody asked me a question this morning that I subscribed 2 days ago and I don't know what to do. Please, if you have subscribed, you are welcome to the system of TBC. Now, it is step by step. You see me talking to you now. I have a coach. Yes, there is a program in the system called Cash Flow Coaching. Get yourself a coach. Partner with somebody. It's going to help you. This person will not only teach you the send button meeting on how to follow the send button meeting, he will teach you on how to read the blog, follow the various broadcasts on the blog. He will equally teach you the overall cash flow system that has been introduced. The cash flow has so many branches. We have the 24-48 hours referral cookies that have been rewarded to people as you refer people on daily basis. Now, if you can refer 2 persons within 24 hours, there is a number of cookies that is given to you. That is for those of you who are aspiring to grow. Now, if you refer within 48 hours, two persons, and those two persons who bring within 48 hours get to two persons, you are going to have up to 100 million cookies, and that is mind-blowing. Now, these are some of the little things we do into the system to grow, apart from just what you subscribe into the system with, apart from the admin fee that you pay for all round, maintenance of your account. You get to do some little things, to grow into the system, to amass. I like using this word amass because the admin has said he is ready to release coins to everyone that proves that he needs those coins. So you do your best. This is distribution phase. Do your best to amass as many of these coins as possible. It's a wonderful system, and this is a wonderful opportunity. Count it all joy. It's a privilege we're extending to you. Please subscribe to my channel, subscribe to TBC anywhere you are. Let the person talking to you, he's a leader, I am sure. Please get subscribed, and always be around most of these leaders. Partner with them, they will teach you what to do. And of course, you too are going to be part of the abundant Pringle economy that we are looking forward to build. Thank you very much for signing up for TBC. God bless you. God bless you. We'll meet again probably tomorrow. Thank you very much. Okay.